Hey y'all, welcome to Culture Cult. I am your host Marie, and this is a podcast where we are trying to become less ignorant and learn about every country in the world. The only thing is that we are officially in between seasons. So we are doing something different. I have decided to do a little mini series called Celebrating Black Culture because frankly, I love Black culture and I feel like we haven't shed that much light on Black stories and Black culture yet. So in this series, I have a lot of people that are really from the American Black culture or Caribbean Black culture. I haven't found anyone yet from, other parts of the world. So just keep that in mind. Those are the kind of stories we're having on this little mini series. And today we have on a familiar voice, my friend Ralph, aka SOURJACK. He is a musician, a comedian, and the host of the amazing podcast I highly recommend to everyone called High Power. He was also on our Guadeloupe series and Croatia, so you may recognize him. And today we are talking about his Haitian culture, our favorite Black movies, comedians, music, and what Black culture is in his eyes. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's do some get to know Ralph questions. If you were a cocktail, what would you be? And it's not necessarily a cocktail that you like to drink, like what embodies your personality?
I would say the base of the cocktail would definitely be a cognac.
Oh, okay.
Not like a top tier cognac, like nice, light and oaky, a little oaky, a little spice, but not too overwhelming, but it still has that warmth.
Yeah.
It has that warmth. Then I would put something refreshing with it, like maybe my cocktail is like a cognac French 75,
Wow, that sounds so good.
Comes in a coupe glass, a lemon twist. I think that would be my cocktail, my French 75.
I think that's very accurate. I mean, my immediate thought was a warm drink, a warm stiff drink. Like, I like the cognac 75 thing. You still have a lot of like brightness to you. It's not just like straight soul.
Yeah. So like, yeah. Then like if it's straight cognac, right? You're smoking a cigarette. Ain't no way, or a cigar. Like, ain't no way you just you got things on your mind. You're drinking that cognac at 4 p.m.
Exactly. That's why we need that little fresh little lemon twist in a glass.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, well, I know we talked about Haiti before in the podcast, but first, is it Haiti or is it pronounced a different way? Is it like Haiti?
Well, you can say Haiti.
Haiti?
Haiti. Haiti. Haiti is under a lot of Haiti. Yeah.
That just summed it up. Like Haiti. I love that. Okay, actually, that leads to my first question. So there's certain parts of the world where we just think of like distress, like Yemen, Palestine, Haiti. But then people don't even realize there's like a fucking thriving culture and it's just been colonized. Like there's been a thriving culture or has a dark fucking history that happened to the culture. So why are you proud to be Haitian? And like, what do people not know about your culture that's beyond like the hurricanes and the earthquakes and all that?
Proud? I feel like because I'm proud of numero uno, like beyond the obvious of we were the first like slaves to rebel. Sure. We inspired the Americans to get their independence, you know what I'm saying? And also helped them out. Like when people say beautiful people, like that's what people could say about Haitians is beautiful. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that throughout everything, I think we have the best food in the Caribbean for sure. Like the best food in the Caribbean, like we have the best rice for sure. You can ask the smartest people, they'll say Haitian food. Because people don't know about the Haitian food. They'll be like, okay, well, I don't know, like, unless you live in, like, the regions. But when you try Haitian food, you're like, damn, what is this? Damn, what is that? Like, you're like, okay, cool. Like, it's been tested and proven. So we got good food. The culture is strong. I would say the respect is strong throughout the islands for us and like, well, it used to be like the connection between Cuba and Haiti, Brazil, Haiti, like it's like they seem to have our back no matter what. And then and just Haitians, I feel like are the funniest people, bro. Like some of the funniest laughs I've ever had were made from Haitians. Some of the hardest laughs of like tears, bro, like brain exploding in the back has been coming from Haitian people, like they surround themselves with Haitians that have that humor. But yeah, I mean, I'm proud of the people in general. And we look good, boy. Feel me? We coming off shades. Like, you won't even know. Like, there's some Haitians that look like they're Dominican. and they speak better Creole than me. Like, so it's like people think Haitians just look like this, but it's just like we have a whole array of people that live under Haiti. And I feel like it hasn't reached its peak yet, which I think most countries have. Like America hit its peak. You feel me? So now
Long
we're
time
like
ago.
you feel me? Like 90s.
We're rolling down the
So
hill.
now everyone is get to explore everything else like outside of America. And I think Haiti has a long way to go until it becomes like that major spot. But the beautiful part is the hills, the water, the people, the strength, the inner strength. I feel like inner strength is like something that I heard it's defined as like, that's the thing that keeps you going in your darkest times, and hope and inner strength. And they have a lot of that, like a wealth of that. Some say that Wakanda was based off of Haiti. Yeah. And they based in the second Black Panther movie, in the Disney's Black Panther movie, they did bring in Haiti into like the forefront.
Yeah. Well, I love that. And I also was wondering, like, yeah, if you could describe more about what Haiti looks like. Do you have like certain spots that you would suggest someone to go to? Like, is there a certain waterfall?
No.
Don't gatekeep.
I definitely would say do not go to the capital. That's the thing. Like, do not go to the capital.
Heard.
Do not go to Port-au-Prince. Do not try to see what Port-au-Prince is about, because you go anywhere but there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's places like Jacmel, Gonaïve, Kafu, where I took my summers in Kafu, where the beaches are nice and, people are to themselves. I think Kafu's out the way. So like a resort where they treat you like a tourist, but that's what I would prefer you go to. Like, don't try to be all like, I want to see the neighborhood. Like, I know, like, people, I want to see what the locals are doing. I want to see what Conan went here. And yeah, Conan had a camera, insurance, he had U.S. backing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going back there like, backpacking, trying to, as a white girl, you got stick to the resorts. I'm saying, like, where you can get the fresh fish out the sea, fried, you know what I'm saying? Lumby, oh God, boy, that shit come, and you smelling it coming up, like, the seawater coming off the rocks, you feel me? Like the wind hitting, like I haven't been in years, but it's cemented in my brain, like the little small boats that they'll take you on, these little wooden boats. It's rocky, but you're like, I'm here for this ride, you feel me? Like, but I've been wanting to go back, but like, it definitely takes like I talked to my grandma and she was like, bro, like, you can go back, but why are you going to go right now? Like, don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was just like, and she goes every year. She's that person who go every year. I have an uncle that goes every year. They stopped going because it's like, we talked about it just got too real. So, but people are saying like, there are places like younger generations are saying like that. There's places to go now that is kind of like safe, where you can get the experiences of the streets and then like the hills and then the resort. But really, you have to, protection is number one. But hey, go there. I feel like don't stay away from Haiti. Just don't go into the capital. That's it.
Actually stay at the resorts in this specific country, because usually I hate resorts.
Things are meant to protect. Like,
well, okay. If I find a Haitian bodega, which we should definitely go do that in LA if we can find one. What are we getting as an intro 101 Haitian food?
Like Haitian food? Like, okay, so you're definitely getting Haitian patties, like you can either get like the alki saltfish. Most people prefer to get like the beef, really. And like there's this guy that does the Haitian patties out here. Then you're definitely getting kabouit, aka goat. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get fried goat. You're gonna get dikole, which is rice and beans together. And just like some people put it with the coconut, like they make the coconut cream with the rice. And so the rice kind of got that fluffiness. I personally like mushroom rice, which is like very specific to Haiti. Like that rice is my favorite rice of all time. It's called Giri Adjondro, mushroom rice. Giri Adjondro. So it's like black rice. They kind of put small green snap peas in there. They'll put little small shrimp in there as well. So it kind of gives that, I can smell it right now, mouth watering, bro. You feel me? And put a little side of kabouit, fried goat on there. Then you get fried plantains on the side. Yes. You can either get, sweet plantains, you can do that. But in this particular case, I'm going to get the original fried plantains, like Haitian style. And then we're going to have the pickles. You got that. Pickles is a must. That's pickled cabbage. You can call it pickles. And the habanero, Pickles, you can make it in a day. You can make it, but I like mine marinated. Like it's been in the juices of the peppers and the habanero and sliced up, and it's thin. You put that shit right on. You put it right with the fried plantains. You put it on top, and then you gotta have that Haitian sauce. You know what I'm saying? And dip that sauce with you get that crunch. With the I'm right there. That's why you say hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, bro. You're like, where did these people come from? How they make this food? This food's, oh my God. I got chills right now talking about that food, bro, because it is so good. Like, even if you're not Haitian, bro, like you taste this food, you're gonna be like, yo, Haitians got good food. Like, it's guaranteed. Like, put this podcast up and be like, yo, Haitian got good food, yes or no? It's 100% yes. It's yes. There's no other Caribbean that can beat it. Like, Jamaicans got the jerk chicken. Yeah, that's right. They got the jerk chicken, but everything else, we got it. Better. We're doing the snapper better. We're doing everything better. Like, Haitians are proud of what we do because we do it better. Like, there's no other rice you'll try in the Caribbean. You were like, that's good rice. Haitian got the best rice in the Caribbean. In the world, bruh. In the world. Remember, I went to Japan, so they tried to do Haitian food. They really did try to do Haitian food in Japan. There was it was called Cafe Haiti, but they kind of had like the Haitian spices, but it was very neat. And Haitian food is kind of like, it's packed in there. They want to but in Japan, they kind of did it neat and put the right amount of food on the type of rice.
But that's because the sushi is all about balance. That's what makes sense.
And they balance the Haitian food out, but Haitian is not about balance. It's about getting that belly full. Boy, on God, give me that leftover. Boy, give me that box to go. Boy, on God, beady, bomb, boy, on God. But Haitian food's so good, bro. And you can't find it anywhere. Like, apparently, there's a lady in LA that cooks Haitian food out of her apartment, and she's been doing it for years. So we'll see if she's still alive, see if she's still doing this. But yeah, I'm down.
Let's do that shit. Okay, well, I feel like my next question is said then. Because I was going to ask, like, what do you think makes Haitians different from other Caribbean cultures and countries? But I think it's the food.
It's the food, yeah. And what makes us different is our struggle. I never heard of Island struggle so much, bro. Go through so much stuff, bro. Politically wise, get infiltrated by so many governments and still like survive to smile and see another day. Conan O'Brien really went down to Haiti, and you could see, like, as a Haitian watching this and Conan O'Brien, and just how proud they were just to explain everything. They talk with their chest and passion, like, lem parle avou, yo sa parle avou, lem di un bagay serye matu Conan O'Brien. Okay? Like, you know, like, they just talk with their full everything. They talk with such a bravado, and yet there's such a meekness to them at the same time. There's not like, we're proud to be Haitian, but we're humble at the same time to be just human on this earth at the same time. You know, like, I come from like not a humble family, but like, we don't brag about our riches. We don't brag about name brand clothes. We don't brag about like, you know, what car we drive. We don't brag about that. Like, you know, we didn't come from like bragging. We come from like intelligent, like, well, my family, my Haitian, like, you know, like we come from like intelligence and working. Like, that's the name of the game. So, but I'm like, nah, we can't keep being humble, because that's how people are keeping on snapping. And there's a new generation of Haitian now. Like, you know, there's a whole wave of just modern Haitians learning, and just like, you know, Haitians that came to America for college. So they're infiltrating what they thought and how to, like, you know, maneuver in their world while helping Haiti in the same. So, you know, because I feel like if you're from there, you got to help there. Like, I'm not necessarily from there. I've been there several years of every summer.
I totally agree. I don't know why y'all are hit so hard on every single level of every single amount of anything, but I feel like it makes your culture so strong. Like, I was watching just videos of like theater kids, like a theater production on the streets of Haiti, and like the passion. I was like, the passion that these actors have, I could feel it from a YouTube video. And the language, I love how they speak French or Creole. It's just Creole.
Yeah, Creole, yeah.
I love Creole. That might be my top language. Like, I think I love it so much.
I wish Black people had a language that we could just talk to, you know what I mean? Because I feel that when I'm talking to my family and we could just talk Creole, like for like, you know, it's fluent. I feel blessed to know another language for sure and understand French. Like I understand 3 languages, can
That's
speak 2
incredible.
fluent, you know, so, and I'm trying to learn Spanish because really it's just todo bien can only get me so far. Todo bien? You see the game way. It was ugly way. Barcelona's better way. Way is the best.
It's the fucking best. I love adopting sayings. Like I think that's like the coolest shit is when you learn a new saying.
Hell yeah.
Kind of sneak it in. Oh, something I'm learning because I listen to a lot of like, I don't know, like auntie Black older women podcasts. And they're always like, hello. Like after others said it, they're always say something like, yeah, hello.
Yeah, you listen to it enough, you're going to adopt it. Like, ooh, child. Ooh, chile.
Hello.
Ooh, chile. Hello? Y'all hear me? Hello? Y'all get what I'm saying? I just don't understand why y'all letting every man come into y'all house and he ain't paying no bills. Hello?
Hello.
It's time to wake up. Okay, next caller. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Talk to me now. Hello. I'm dating aunties now, but that's what I'm trying to do. Date
Yes.
aunties,
hello. Do you want to go first on your first?
Top 5, what? Top
favorite
5.
things about Black culture, which is super general.
Wow.
Like you can take it from music, you could take it from movies, you could take role models, you could take historical figures, you could take it just simple sayings.
Okay. Top 5 and no particular order.
No order.
No order. The word nigga. I love that word. Hey, I love that word, bro. And I use it responsibly, but I love saying it inappropriately. So yes, the nigga word is just, it's like Google to me. I say it on stage all the time. It got 2 G's. Everybody fuck with Google. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fuck with Bing. Nigga is the same thing, bro. Like everybody likes saying that word. White, Black, Spanish, Palestinian, Jewish. Everybody loves saying that word. Everybody hearing a rap song, they want to mute themselves, but inside is just bubbling. They got to say it. It's going to complete the sentence. They got to do it. Nugget. No, it doesn't hit the same. Negro. No, it don't hit the same. Negro don't hit the same. Negro sounds racist. More racist than nigga.
Way more.
Get your Negro ass out of my way. What? The fuck? Did you march? Negro. Yo, I drank the wine the other day. It was Spanish. It said P.S. Negro, which means black feet, but it looked like Pies Negro. I swear to God, bro. I was like, who did this labeling? But because I'm like, who lets this label go out and be like, it won't offend anyone? Pies Negro? Come on,
just means
bro.
black.
Yeah. Black. It just means black feet. But nigga is my favorite Black, probably. I know that's probably ignorant, but I don't care. Like, and I know when I say it and it's not in the right room, like it echoes right back to me, and I'm like, ugh, I shouldn't have said it here. Oh, they're so happy that I said it, or they're like kind of taking it back. Oh, well, I'm gonna say that shit whenever I feel like it. And if you're not Black and you're offended, I don't care. Second, top 5. Man, it's got to definitely be the music, the Black music. And when I say like, I'm talking from the drums of Africa to the jazz of American music is really jazz, and jazz is Black people, you know, like, so, I mean, they say all music, American music is Black music, which is true. You know, it derived, and, you know, rock and roll is created by a Black man. And I'm just saying, like, jazz became out of a struggle of not being recognized. Jazz becomes something, you know, that term man was a jazz term, like, cool, you're cool, man. Hey, man, like, did you know that came from because jazz players would be called boys, like musicians would be called boys back in the day. Like a white man would be like, hey, boy, hey, boy. So they'd look at each other like, hey, man, what's up, man? You cool, man, calling each other man. Like, instead of like, you're man, you're a man, you're a man, hey, man, cool, man. So that's where the cool man, all right, man, that comes from the jazz culture of just like Black men talking to each other. So it doesn't get any cooler than that. Like, jazz is probably the cool. Like now, it's not like referred to as the music of the days, but
Oh, I
back in
love.
the
I listen
day,
to jazz every day. I listen to
bro.
jazz every fucking day.
I mean,
It's a
it,
staple in
it,
my life.
it has to be everyone's staple, especially in America, because that's like
Ugh.
the spontaneity of it. That it was the hip hop of its time, which was
Oh,
weird. You know, like jazz was hip hop of its time. I feel like what the fuck are you doing? You're playing off.
you're
You're playing
breaking
off beat.
rules.
Like you're breaking rules. This is not how it's supposed to sound. And then from jazz
Improv.
players, you get Motown. From Motown, you get say. So without jazz, you don't get anything. So black music is essential to the R&B music that we listen to today, like to the R&B music that we listen to back in the day. Like we can't say music without Marvin Gaye. We can't say music without Prince. We can't say music without Michael Jackson. And these are names that from this time, like I would say Herbie Hancock, Quincy Jones. Like, are we going way back, like to Fela? You know what I mean? Back, African woman. Soul.
Yes.
Like you feel like so number two would be music and all the types of music that black people have created.
Music is black. Black is music.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other because we all derive from Africa. And that's where all the fucking music came from. Like all the way back. Like all the way back. And I shout out to people. I just want to shout out Miles Davis, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong.
Yeah. Artists. Nina Simone.
Yes.
Ella Fitzgerald. You know, you know what I'm saying? I was even saying recently Sade.
That's my top favorite artist of all time is Sade.
Sade, but I play that when I want to get into my feelings.
I actually want to get a tattoo of her silhouette on my arm.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
I wanted that. She's my top artist. I also wanted to say other artists I wanted to bring up because I've been waiting to release my music with you. I've been waiting like 3 episodes. I'm like, I gotta wait for my music stuff to talk with Ralph. I want to talk about personally Frank fucking Ocean. Like Frank Ocean. Like his music it hits my soul in a different way. And I feel like he doesn't like stay within bounds, which I like. One song could be 4 songs in one. One album is 8 albums in one. And
it grows as you grow. You know, the lyrics grow and resonate more as you grow and live more into the life. So that's why Frank is special, because he just like taps into human emotion that yet you've experienced or haven't experienced, but you will maybe. Yeah. And then you're like, damn, this shit hit.
I gotta go back to the album.
Yeah, I gotta like listen to that.
Channel Orange.
Yeah. Channel Orange, yeah, for sure. Channel Orange classic all day and tomorrow. Like, so I mean, with the music, I can go on and on with the black artists that like, and sometimes I'm just like, damn, I should listen to more white artists, which I do, like Rage Against the Machine, but they got to be like a powerful artist. Like I love Stevie Nicks, you know what I'm saying? I love like Janis Joplin. I listen to her like constantly, Amy Winehouse, Adele. Like you could tell like when people love them so much because they have such a resonating sound that sounds black. Janis Joplin has that screaming like what's she going through? Like, and they say it's like, oh, it's like when they celebrate people like that, it's just because they have like this, I don't know, this blackness, soulness into them. Like Amy Winehouse, come on, our best friends were like Nas and all these producers were black around them. I mean, she worked with Tony Bennett, but we all know like where she derives, like Nina Simone was her. So, I mean, same like Cleo Soul, you know? So it's like, so top 2 is definitely black music. Now, black films.
I'm hoping you can give me something different because I've gotten multiple of the same films.
What did you get?
I'm getting like Boys in the Hood, Friday, like all like the classics, which is great. But I really would like some.
Has anyone said The Best Man?
No.
Really? The Best Man to me is one of my favorite black films. Like that. I mean, I would say second place would be The Wood or Coming to America, but Coming to America, it was directed by like a white man. So, I mean, it was Eddie Murphy and, you know, a good cast, but John Landis was the director. So I'm saying like a black film with mostly black actors and a black director. I'm going The Best Man. And the reason why, because that story wasn't a typical story of like gangsters killing boys in the hood. Like it was like college kids that met in college, grew up now, and they're kind of sort of having a reunion because one person's getting married. One's an author. He wrote like a story, but it kind of like involves his friends. And he's kind of like trying to keep it low key because there's some secrets in the story. Like he's not ready for them to be out and he's trying to like And it's just like a story within like couples in relationship, black men, black women in love, being a professional in the industry, and it was just like one of those movies where as a kid I remember watching the movie thinking like, oh, this is just a comedy, like we're supposed to laugh, but truly it was really just like a relationship, real people, real black people, and not the spaces we're at the time conformed to, so I think The Best Man was probably my favorite black movie back in the day. Like I would definitely say. I mean, there's so many because I usually watch black movies on Sundays, like Sunday night.
I love that.
I dedicate or a family wholesome thing, but mostly it's just like black movie. Like I'll watch a stupid black movie, or when I say stupid black movie, like a silly funny Adam Sandler type black movie, so.
Yeah, I do think with the Back to the Best Man thing versus like the Boys in the Hood, and there's a bunch of other ones they mentioned, but that's what I'm hearing a lot is that people are tired of the struggle or the sad movies, like
the slave movies.
Just show us like we don't need another 7 years of slave. Like we know. Why can't you just show us like having fun at the bar? Why can't you just show us having like relationship struggles? Like should we actually go through? I feel like that's something I hear when The Color Purple came out, like the second one came out, people were reacting on TikTok saying like we don't need another one. Like we don't show us just like doing normal shit.
Yeah, I watched that Color Purple and I was just like, yeah, it was an Oscar movie, but it wasn't really something I really gravitated to because I remember that being like a troubling movie to watch when I was a kid. So I was like, ugh, I don't even want to know. But they made it a little lighter and brighter. I think what they do is polish everything that used to be so good and grimy. But I will say that as far as I think we're entering a new space of that, at least as like in television, like Atlanta and Abbott Elementary, Insecure. And so, I mean, as far as movies, we're kind of getting into that newer space of but then again, the whole movie dynamic of going into theater is kind of weird, but there are more and more movies where they're showing like black normal situation. Like when I'm saying normal, just like it doesn't have to be all drugs and guns, but you know what? It has been a part of our lives, true, because crack epidemic really did happen. Like they definitely got to show the effects of that. Like Snowfall was a beautiful show about I mean, that one teared my eyes at the end because I was like, this shit is real. Like the acting. And they didn't get nominated for anything. Like most black shows that are classic to us, like Girlfriends, I'd say Snowfall, Martin. I'm sure Fresh Prince won an award because NBC was pretty much Will Smith, like Fresh Martin, like One-on-One. It was like all these black shows that we cherish. The Game, like there's gonna be all this culture, like subculture and sub-talk that people on the surface like probably wouldn't know unless you're in the black film and culture space where you can quote a thing. Like everyone quotes Friday. Like to this day, this movie hasn't dropped since like 1990s. To this day, people are like, how you get fired on your day off? Like niggas is still quoting like that shit. Like, and it's like a rite of passage to watch that movie. Like I remember watching Next Friday as a kid. I was like, what is this? Like, and it was like a black movie directed, but like hard to get like funding for them. If you know the history behind these TV shows and these budget movies, and you're like, why did this movie do well? There's a movie called The Five Heartbeats. It is one of the best movies where people think it's a documentary. And black people, if you black, you watch The Five Heartbeats. And if you haven't watched The Five Heartbeats, I encourage you to watch it. Of course, this is by Robert Townsend. He got funding from a studio because his first movie he did on credit cards called I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. And that is a movie about being black in Hollywood. It's filmed in the 80s, but it still could be related to this day. It's kind of like the Bible of like black in Hollywood. And so he made a movie called The Five Heartbeats by Robert Townsend, and it's about pretty much a group, you could say like a Motown-based group or any black group that was coming up in the like boy band era and growing up in the time. So it was really dramatic, it was funny, it was a musical, and for it to be I think it came out in 90s, yeah. So it directed by a black man again, like Robert Townsend was in that. Keenan Wynn Jr. wrote so. these are certain films that are black. Like there are levels of black probably I don't even get because I was raised in a Haitian household and I had to like work my way. I went to a black high school, so I had to work like, you know what I'm saying? I had to work
Find out the culture a bit more.
Find out the culture through friends, through hanging out, through black fraternity that I was a part of. So like black culture wasn't immediate. I was black in America and I probably experienced outside in the world black but there was culture where I had to learn like, because there's some Haitian culture that black people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I just learned, but like the black culture, I was like, oh, you don't know about this? You don't know about Def Comedy Jam? You don't know about this?
Yeah.
They're not telling me this.
Right there.
Def Comedy Jam, Black Comic View. There's certain things in languages like, so there's films, languages, and definitely like that is like an undertone of like, if you black or not. And it's not like, are you black enough? Like, are you black enough? Like, I would say that's stupid now. You can't say, are you black enough? Because there's so many spectrums of black. Like there's Simone Biles, right? She's not the same black as someone that was raised in the hood. But there's like there's a common thing that will probably bond. Like they can come in a room and probably talk about something that's black that they can get in a room, but they're different kind of blacks. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a different like I'm a different kind of black than this person is black. You feel me? Like, but that definition of black is dead. Like what you think it is. Like you're not a gangster. You're not a rap. Like you're not black. Like that shit is antiquated. Like if people are still saying you're not black enough, like they're in a different mentality and they should be living in the present. But I will say there are black things that, you know, that we talk about, like that's not really well known, but we feel it, like the microaggressions that we get at work. That's a black conversation. Like, oh shit, they're passive aggressive when they say this to me. Oh, they don't really want to tell me this, but they're saying it like this. Why can't you be upfront? That's the main black struggle our office is. Like, why can't y'all be upfront? And they show that in Insecure. A show like Insecure is a perfect example where they show things that are mainstream and then they show little things where you're like, oh, that's a black thing. And then I will say our knowledge, like black people's knowledge would be like top 5. Our history of just trying to learn and learn beyond what we can comprehend. There's black people that are historians by nature. I feel like some of us like dive deep in and find out like the wealth and riches that we've had before. There's a seeking of knowledge and self that's always happening, and they think in the black culture, and it kind of like puts people on different paths in religion. Like, you know, like I feel like black people have the most religions, like 5%ers that want to learn about, you know what I mean? Like there's 5%ers, there's Muslims, there's black Christians. Like there's not just one religion because we're all trying to find that, like, you know, the true ultimate God, you know? So I really think that, like I've heard it and it's true. Black people know God more than anybody. Black people know God more than anybody. And I'll say Haitians know God more than any.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Because we really know what it is to be discriminated, beat, enslaved, and just like all of that is in our bodies. Like no matter what generation you're going into, like some of it still kind of lives in our bodies. So like we definitely have a connection to like the spirit world. I mean, I don't like to generalize, but I'll say black people more would call out to God in times of need. Like we pray. Like we know how to pray. Like we pray. Like we know when we're not close to God. We know when we're not doing godly things. We know these things, like, and we choose to, like, that's the kind of that inner conflict of sometimes in us, like we're choosing to do other than, but we know God is like the realest thing that carried us and our moms and our grandparents through that we were able to survive. So I'll say our love for God is like number 4. Well, not number 4, but
you say that because I grew up Greek Orthodox, and I just never. It's a very beautiful religion and church. It's just I never related to it ever. And then I became like spiritual, and then I became like nothing, like just dead inside.
You're not dead inside
until recently. Past few years, I think I've told you a million times that this podcast called Hindsight, he always talks about Chia, or I'm saying that wrong. It's like he's Jamaican. Chia. I don't know. It's his way of saying God, and his way he talks about God. He didn't grow up religious either. And then my client, she's religious, and all these auntie podcasts that I listen to, they're religious.
Hello.
Hello. It seeps into me. It's been seeping into me, and now this is crazy. I've been saying the word God now, and I have not in years, and it's because of all these like Black podcasters that I follow, and they all talk
Mm,
about God in such a different way that I did not hear growing up. It is some out of like true belief and love and faith, and it's not. It doesn't have all these extra weight and connotations and pressure and guilt attached to it. It's
mm.
like it's kind of crazy, like how much I'm being influenced. And I really would love to go to a Black church. Honestly, I feel like I'd have a good time. A, B, I get fed. C, I would find God more. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you feel it like in the song. Like, oh, when
Mm.
they sing, like individually, I don't feel like Haitians are like great singers. Like the church I was, it wasn't like a great singer where you're like, oh, they're gonna make it in America, like by singing. But collectively, when they're singing to God, like when people are singing to God, like you hear that soul. You can't, even if you're a little kid, you like, oh, you hear that.
Mm.
You hear that. Like you feel that. Like you feel God. When people feel God, I feel like it's a beautiful thing because it's a moment of peace and just like letting go and like it's rare. Like sometimes I try not to say God and I stop myself and I'm like, why am I stopping myself? Like this is how I see the universe. It's like
Mm.
one entity, like one, and we're all connected, but there's a God. There's a God thing. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it kind of people hate when I'm like, there's God in us because we are making the choices that essentially are propelling us in this life. That's what a God would do. But I don't want you to think you're a God and you don't have to.
We don't need any more cult leaders.
Yeah, no. Get my book on Amazon. You're a guard. Forward by Yeezy.
That's the book you're gonna write.
Yeah, right. You're our God, and everyone's like, all right, Ross. Like, it's not a conversation like I don't know, like it's not an easy conversation because people are like, you're not a God, and I'm just like, but I'm thinking like the internal unconditional love that you give to yourself, it's in you, like you know, like you're drawing it into you, but it's like people are in, then out. It's in, then out. If you have unconditional love for yourself in, then it's gonna come out. And God is unconditional love and it's everywhere. So it's like love is everywhere. If you have it in here, it could be everywhere. Therefore, you kind of are God on earth. Your decisions are based out of love. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the top 5 Black things.
Yes.
But like 4 is God. Like, you see, I can just dive into
Knowledge.
God real quick
Spirit.
because it's just like God is real.
Mm.
And then 5, I mean, everyone's going to say sports, that we're killing in sports.
We actually
Athlete,
haven't even touched that on other episodes.
I would say like athleticism is just like
Ridiculous.
worldwide, like worldwide. I mean, we might not be the best swimmers, but hey, get us on that track and field, gone. I've never seen a Black swimmer like that. I know I'm not even trying to be funny, like Black people can't swim.
No, like
but
I mean, Michael Phelps has that in the bag. So
Michael Phelps got that, and you got to test him. He Black too because he was smoking weed. You feel me? Nigga was smoking weed. Nigga was eating whatever you want. I actually seen him in the airport. Had 2 Black ladies. No, he didn't. Yeah. He didn't. I be like, yo, nah. But yeah, our athleticism, like our day in and day out of just like not only being training to be an athlete and then be a top performing athlete and then just to get paid the minimum that they can kind of pay you for a long time. And then now we're now just getting into the big money bags of like in 2000s, you know, like, but we're getting paid out here. Black college players getting paid, families getting paid, everyone getting paid. Why? Because again, the sweat's off our back. You feel me? Like athlete, bro.
Cold.
Football athletes, bro. Georgia, Alabama.
LSU,
Where they
Tennessee,
coming
Florida.
from? Like the South, the Black people from the South, bro. Texas. Come on, bro. Well, sometimes we'll get that Michigan. This year was like
A little
Michigan.
Ohio State, a little bit.
To remind us that we need these states to exist, but we know the true football comes from
SEC, baby, all day.
all day. Well, now we're getting into something different, but athletes around the world, bro, like I would say we're the most athletic people. Natural genes. I think our genes were made to be athletes naturally. I mean, we derived, of course, evolved from everything, but like naturally, bro, come on. If you think about this country, we had to build, like they took all the Black people that were strong Like they left the weak ones, like probably like, nah, you can't handle this motherfucker shit right now. We can't take this on this boat ride that we about to take. And like, but they took the strong ones, brought them to America, and they brought them. And you don't think these guys were athletes or survivors or wrestlers or people that played sports in their villages and countries before? You know what I'm saying? Like they're hunters, gathered. Like these were, and now we have sports where they're doing the same kind of like running and basketball. NFL is the number one sport in America. Guess what's there's all these black quarterbacks now. Patrick Mahomes, bro, his black side is winning that motherfucking thing, bro. His dad played baseball. Come on, bro. It's black on black. Hey, I'm talking about the gymnastics right now. Female is all black right now, bro. Killing the game right now. We're in everything. Golf was Tiger Woods. Now went right back to the whites. But other athletes are tapping in. So I would say athletes would be a number 5. I would say, damn. I don't want to say that because it's like scientists and engineers. Like I just read about this guy that calls him the apostle of science because he discovered like another way for physics. Like he lives in Atlanta right now. I can't pronounce his name because it is under the African name and I don't want to butcher it up right now. But you can look it up on Science News. He's a top scientist, physicist in the world right now. He calls himself the apostle of science. And I was just like, whoa. And at first I was taken back, but I was like, nah, go ahead, big fella. Go ahead. Fashion. We got that. You know what I'm saying? We can't just have sci-fi. We got fashion. I mean, Japanese really do have the fashion on lock, though. I ain't gonna hold you. But influential fashion, nigga, that's us. Black people, bro. Baggy jeans, that's we. Who? We, nigga. Remember when DJ Khaled, who wasn't even black, saying, we the best, nigga? He was saying, nigga, because black is the best. Nigga, I'm not even trying to. And every culture is going to think that they're the best. But not everybody love fried chicken. They be like, oh, black people love fried chicken. Everybody love fried chicken. That means everybody black, bro. Everybody, oh, black people love watermelon. Well, damn, everybody black then, because every time I look around, everybody eat a watermelon. So you would tell me what black people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything you're trying to shit on us, bro, we gonna take it on the chin. It don't hurt, bro. And that the thing about black culture now, it's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Like if you look at the NFL Super Bowl performances, they've all been black lately. You're like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck? Like back in the day, it was like YouTube. That's all I remember, YouTube really. And niggas was only watching the halftime show. Niggas was like, yo, I'm gonna watch this Pepsi halftime show with Nelly and Britney Spears. Because they weren't showing motherfucking, but now it's all black. People want to complain. It's okay, complain. But at the end of this sentence, I will say that I ain't gonna lie, I am grateful to be black. I say that I kind of not in a like bragging way, but it's just like, damn, bro, it's like a special. Do I sometimes wonder what it is to be in a white family? Yes. I want to know how a white family like operates. Like, I just want to just be a fly on the wall and how you guys eat dinner, how you guys fuck, how you guys like, without the TV show, like actually like, because I have just one perception, you know what I mean? Like, and I definitely messed with a white girl and she had a white family and it was like white, but it was like also they're being polite around me. So I don't get to see, you know, the real whiteness like and do I want to see it? Not really, but I'm curious. It's like how people are curious about black people, how y'all eat, how we fuck.
So to end, you have a lot that you do, but I really, really, really want to talk about High Power, your podcast, because I fucking love that podcast. You've interviewed so many different people. Is there any black artists that emerging black artists that you've been talking to, you think we should really, really know about that you've interviewed? Who should we keep an eye out for?
I mean, keep an eye out for Joel Boyd, who is the co-creator or creator of High Power. Yeah, I would say definitely. I think he's like a Spike Lee in the Mayor Robert Townsend in the making. Like he's able to create and put things and projects together and kind of like do it in a professional standard. And so, yeah, I think he's one of those people that you guys should look out for sure. Emerging artists that we should look out for that I've interviewed. There were just like so many stories too, where like in different fields, like some of them are like tap dancers where, you know, like that worked with like the great Debbie Allen, you know, who's an incredible, if you don't know who Debbie Allen is, Google that too. She's an amazing, amazing person. She's inspirational. Like she's inspirational in Black culture. Debbie Allen. So we've interviewed people that work with Debbie Allen. We've interviewed people that were just like in finance, like so. And their names are just like it's flooding me, and I'm just like not stopping. So I can't even say names, but check out the High Power podcast. It's everywhere for sure. High Power was definitely a great experience too. When it was like being recorded at the studio that we were at. Yeah, it was just one of those great times where you're really taking in everyone's background and culture, and it was just one of those things where I was learning a lot about the perseverance of people, even throughout their doubts, their self doubts, and what kept them going. And it was one of those podcasts where I never know what I'm going to say or learn, but I was always in it. Like I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna ask you a question that might throw Joel off, but it's gonna get us into where we need to be. I feel like in this podcast, like like, and we were just talking, just like magical things would happen. Like learn some of the best podcasts we lost too because of technical difficulties, but it was just really to sum it up, like just like really, really sticking to who you are as a person, knowing who you are, and just like navigating through this world of murkiness and ugly to find the beauty. And it truly was a blessing to be interviewing these people. Some people I was just like, oh damn, we're interviewing like these are people that have made movie, like were responsible for the movie like Friday coming to theaters. We interviewed the lady that got the finance for that to actually happen, and how she got these Black movies like Love Jones to get to New Line Cinema. Like that was our first interview. And she was like, yeah, well, I used to do that. I used to be a reader for publishers, but now I want our Black people to be in real estate. And we just talk about her past and then what we can do for real estate in the future. And it was just really like, oh, we're onto something different. Like, so it wasn't like, well, oh, pay attention to us and our funny quips. It was just like, what can we bring to the audience through these people's experiences? And so, yeah, High Power was really one of those things, man. Like, yeah, so I would say check out Joel Boy and all the projects that he does, and then dig into the High Power podcast for sure.
So good. It's so good. And then, yeah, what's going on? I got comedy and music. Like, what's going on with both? What are you kind of like feeling into more now? You do both.
All of it, bruh. It's all of it now. If I can't perform, I'm writing. If I can't write, I'm creating. Like, if I can't create, I'll play the piano. You know what I mean? Like, and if I can't do that, I'll just watch Avatar, The Last Airbender. You feel me? Like, I think I'm getting my artist flow is just like how to breathe, meditate, manifest, and then just writing and creating, and then just Avatar. Like it's like I don't even like to listen to sports gossip anymore. Like this is happening. This like I'm like, bro, this is just men talking about men, and there's no facts. I'm done. Oh, this is about hip hop. This is a story about gossip. Okay, I'm done. The only time I'm talking gossip is like with family. Like we're talking bullshit. We're having good jokes. But man, when I say like it's all like information, breathing, going to the gym, working out, getting a better body, maintaining a great body, and then just like music, comedy. When's the next show? What can we create? I went to a songwriting open mic the other night where people were just playing guitars and like singing their songs. I was like, I don't even want to perform. I just want to see. I want to be be around artists. So I'm in a good artistic space right now, like, because Hollywood is changing. Everything is changing. The way we consume anything and it's just changing. Like, so whatever ideas you thought, like, back in the day, I was like, I want to do Just for Laugh Comedy Festival. That shit doesn't even exist anymore. So like, it just went bankrupt. So it's like certain goals and things like, it really was one of the lifetime goals. And I was like, well, that can't happen anymore. Okay, do I stop doing comedy? No. Like all these things are going to stop, but the passion that I have for speaking to people, performing for people, like it's just that I love that. That's never gonna end. Like, yeah, I'm just on that. I'm riding that wave, man. I'm letting God just like flow through me. Hello.
Oh fuck! I didn't mention. Okay, I'll mention him in the next one. I was like, damn, we didn't cover Cat Williams. That's my fucking man. That is my man.
Thank you, Bobo. You can find me.
Oh my god, you're so good at it. You're so good at it.
Hello. You can find me. Most of y'all want to play with me, but don't play with me because my hair is
Wait, how do you do it?
luxurious.
How do you do it so fucking good?
I Williams used to like back in college, bro. His stand up came out, and I promise you, I watched. It was on HBO, and there was no streaming back in the day. You had to like pinpoint when you're gonna watch this. Like, oh, there was on demand. There was an on demand, so I would watch it on demand, and I would watch it anytime it'd be on HBO. Like it was. So I would just be like, like just getting the mannerisms, just like,
Oh my
it's
God.
like, don't play with me, Bobo. Like, just, you mean I hit this shit and die, nigga? Like, no, you deaf. Your baby gonna be calling you and be like, Daddy. Like, I used to have that shit. Like, that was one of my favorite. So Calvin is definitely one of my favorite comics, and just his story, the way he grew up.
I'm learning about. He just did a podcast on someone famous. I don't know. I've been listening to a story, and like I'm at the part where he's like homeless in Florida.
Yeah, I studied his story. I was like, oh, that man. Yeah, that man is a living legend for sure.
Yeah.
Like to travel with Jeff Foxworthy and the Blue Collar Boys before they were there anybody, to get game from them and then game from this man.
Doesn't discriminate.
He does. And that's what life is about. Just because I'm Black doesn't mean I'm not going to dip into this culture. And not take anything from the culture, just observe and just
appreciate.
Whatever is given to me, I can receive. But just like Black culture, I think it's something you gotta it's not something you can put a skin tone to it, because there are some white people that I met, you could swear to God, bro, they know what it is to be Black. They saying the same Black things, they talking just like this. You know what I mean? They're talking that slang. They walking that walk. That you can't tell them that they're not who they are. And even though they're white, but their environment has been Black for so long, and the Black culture. So they are so not to say that because I'm Black, I'm in the Black culture. No, there's a culture of a language that's spoken, a behavior that is presented, knowing when you see a kid yelling at a parent, you be like, well, he ain't Black. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he ain't right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? A Black person, when you see a kid really yelling at a parent, everyone looks shocked. Everybody looking what's about to happen? You feel me? We on that level. But if it's not raised like that, then it's not saying you're not Black. Some people are like, well, I don't want to hit my kid because my daddy hit me. You know what I mean? But so it's there's so many Black culture is expanding so much and so vast into arts. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even talk about Basquiat being the #1 artist of all time. You know what I mean? Past Picasso in some ways. And he Black and Haitian, you know what I mean? That's Black art culture that is in a different realm. And then mad Black scientists that we don't know about that invented mad shit, that even the guy that did the heart surgery, you know what I'm saying? That's Black culture that even Black people to this day, some of them don't know if they don't do due diligence of what it is to be Black in America. Other than the trauma, we're done with the trauma, and it's now time to expand and grow into the person that you're supposed to be, while having the superpower of being Black, So shout out to all of my Black people out there. Shout out to the people that are involved in helping the culture and just helping themselves become a better person, therefore propelling us, So.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Well,
in the words of Martin Luther King, where the hoes at? Where the hoes? Hey. Hello.
Okay, that ends today's episode. If you like this episode, share it with a friend or leave a review on Apple or Spotify. Just that 2 little seconds means the world to me. It just lets me know there's someone listening out there, and that, we can connect in that way. If you want to connect with me further, my Instagram is @culturecultshow. It's really just memes. If you like a good meme, follow the Instagram. But if you're interested and want more of Ralph, you can find him at I am SOURJACK on Instagram. His music, SOURJACK, is on all platforms. Again, his amazing podcast, I highly recommend to everyone, is called High Power. And as I was saying, he is a musician, and I want to end today's episode with one of his songs. Enjoy.
smooth loving, I get ice in my veins. Like cool runnings, I ain't never been afraid. Just to say that I love myself every day. While you hide in your pain and go insane with no one else to blame. Vacation time is over. That's the final line from you. You don't think to call me sober, and that ain't nothing new. Sing it with me. Ooh, vacation time is over. Sing it. Vacation time is over. Everybody been good at acting, pretending. I started acting like I should. Simply authentic. You could be out in a fine ass dress. I won't even blink an eye. Yeah, the monster in the stress. I ain't a psychic, baby, but I got my read on you. You're colorful, baby. That's only filled with blue. Vacation time is over. That's the final line from you. You don't think that I'll be sober, and that ain't nothing new. Singing, vacation time is over. Feeling with them. Vacation